This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
It was nice to get a win for our crowd coming in from the Hog Walk. They were exceptional. A lot of people out there, and I appreciate the noise and how our fans helped us win the game. I felt like they were a big part of it, and I want to thank them for coming out and supporting their football team.
Yeah, Coach, 300 rushing yards today. I mean, I know it's towards the end of the season, but how needed was that for kind of the offensive line to have a night like this?
Well, it's game 11, so it would be there, but any game, whether it be 1 or 11 or whatever, very happy to get 300 yards. And I think we averaged, looks like 6 yards a carry or something like that. So I was proud of those. I was proud of Isaiah. I mean, he ran unbelievable. When we handed off one time into really what should have been a dead play, and he got 12 yards on it. So proud of the offensive line and the runners. And obviously we've got some injuries there. KJ's a big part of the running as well. And it was good to see Damo, come in and split that big time hole there on 4th and 2, but to go down there and split it down there for 31 yards, it's good to see him back.
I went out of your way to mention Isaiah when we spoke to you on Wednesday. I mean, what did he kind of do in recent weeks to gain some confidence and get to this big performance?
Well, our plan going in is that we were going to play R-Dub and Isaiah. We felt like we was going to play them more than what we had. Let's say that. And R-Dub got hurt, and Rocket got hurt as well. But the great thing about it is we had an opportunity to practice Isaiah with the ones and things like that. So it really worked out well for us.
You fall behind 13-7. Maybe what was the mood or thought on the sideline at that point?
Oh, I think everybody's going to get down 6 points every now and then, and we were just trying to figure out how to, rush the football, protect it. We were giving up some big plays, and so we needed to stop that, and we had some bad penalties too. Special teams was costing us position. We had a penalty on Tree, on a late hit or a low hit, and so we were talking about how we could stop hurting ourselves with those. I think we had 4 penalties in the first half, but there really wasn't anything magical about being down 6 that we did, to be honest with you.
Missouri just won on a last-second field goal. How do you see this week laying out for you guys?
Well, they'll lift at noon tomorrow, and then come in for meetings. We'll put this game at 4:00, and then we'll practice tomorrow night. Practice obviously Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We practice in the morning. They'll have a chance to be out of here by noon or so. On Wednesday, they'll come back about noon on Thursday. Or at least we will. I think they've got to be back around 2:15, 2:30 on Thursday.
Sam, going back to Isaiah's performance, what was maybe keeping him off the field earlier in the year on offense? And then is there anything he did differently to earn reps, or is it just a matter of it being late in the year and he's a young guy that you want to get a look at?
No, well, his youth would have kept him off the field, not understanding all the plays and calls and all that, like a lot of freshmen. But going into this week, I wanted to see what he could do in a live game, and we needed a shot at running back. I mean, we needed somebody to, make people miss, run over people, hit holes, whatever it may be, with some urgency, and we thought it might put some urgency into all of that group as well by seeing that he was going to get the opportunity to play, and so that was our thought.
The update on Rocket or R-Dub, what their injuries are? and
I
everything?
don't. Rocket's got a shoulder and R-Dub's got a knee, but other than that, I don't know how bad.
On Dominic Johnson, it'd been 2 days shy of 2 years since his last rushing touchdown. What do you think that moment kind of meant to him?
It meant a lot to me, and I hope it meant a lot to him. It's a 4th and 2 deal, and there was nobody in the middle of the field, but I'm sure he was really excited about it. His look, his face was glowing when he came off the field, but that was a pretty big hole there, and he just ran straight ahead to the goal line. But I'm really happy for him.
Sam, KJ set 2 more career records
Yeah.
by passing yards, touchdown passes. I know it hadn't been the year anybody hoped it would be. Just what do you think about him setting 2 more records tonight? Just kind of how he's handled the season.
Well, I think he's handled the season well. He competed tonight for us, for the team. And I'm really happy we recognized him after the game about being an all-time passing yard leader and passing touchdowns. And I hope I know it meant a lot to him, and it meant a lot to us that we've been able to have him for 4 years now. Felipe Franks was here tonight too. That was cool for him to come back to witness all that kind of stuff too. I know it wasn't his record, but it was really neat that he was able to come back. And but KJ's meant a lot to our program. He's going to mean a lot to us next Friday too, and just really, really happy for him.
On the ESPN broadcast, I guess they referenced that they talked to you and you told them you had a long meeting with Hunter Sunday and you're sure you wouldn't be fired. I was wondering if you could comment on that.
I don't remember having that conversation with those guys. That's not for me that's Hunter, you guys need to ask him all that kind of stuff. But I will say this, guys, that when we start talking about firing and all this, it kills us in recruiting. It does, and especially when we fabricate stories and put it out, it kills us in recruiting. And when we give opinions about who's coming in and all those type things, it kills us. And I got a wife, and she's a human being. We're going to put out stuff that's not true. I know it's opinion world now, but I don't think I'm getting fired, guys. Or he would have told me I'm getting fired. And so I'm not for sure why I have to answer these questions about getting fired or not, but I think I don't. But we'll kill recruiting if we keep talking about it. And if you're an Arkansas fan, it's gonna hurt us. So opinions, media has become opinions, and so I wish we'd post the facts, and whatever the facts are, then we can deal with it.
I said on broadcast, you can't just ignore it.
I'm not, Bob. You're a wonderful man. You gave me an opportunity. You gave me an opportunity to say what I wanted to say.
He didn't play. I assume it was nicked up or something. Or?
No, he played some, I think. Well, you may not have. I mean, he may not have, but he was out there. If he didn't play, he ran off some. He was out there. No, we just thought Greer had a good week, and unless someone says that. But Dave never came to me and told me he was hurt or anything. So Greer just played. We thought he earned his right to start, but Jaheim is a good player for us, and hopefully he'll get back next week and help us.
Coach, what did you think of Walcott tonight? He had 2 interceptions.
Big. There was 3 guys that we talked about. One was Al, one was KJ, and one obviously was Augusta. And at the end, and we talked about a lot of the O-line play, all that kind of stuff. But that was a big time play. The ball was kind of went around the helmet and got it and ran it in on the first one, and then the second one he stole it. The second one was one where he was in the flat and then drifted on the guy didn't see him and threw it right to him. So he made some good tackles tonight too. I thought we tackled better in the secondary. Obviously they had some long runs that, one of them particular when they was in Wildcat, we had it bundled up from -2 and the guy comes around and makes a first down, which give him credit too. But I thought Al played a good game, and we're beat up back there. We're beat up at corner because Braxton didn't play and a lot of positions, but we'll have enough throw out there against Missouri on Friday.
How big is it to, have the momentum you guys have? And I mean, it's just a chance to play spoiler, but it's still something in a rivalry game.
It's a rivalry game. They've got a really, really good team. I mean, they do. And we've got a lot of respect for their program. But I think a rivalry, you never know what happens. So we'll have our kids prepared. I know they will as well. But I'm excited about having an opportunity to play them day after Thanksgiving.
And going back to your corners, I noticed you started Stewart tonight over Nudie. Just kind of what went into that decision?
Say again.
You went with Keon Stewart over
Nudie was hurt. Nudie got hurt on Tuesday and didn't practice. And so that's basically why.
And Cam, he's been great for you all year. He missed the 2. Was there something going?
Cam Little?
Yeah, Cam going that way, and then he made 2
No.
back. Or
no, it's just I tell you what, that you're really good when you miss a couple and people talk about it. You know what I mean? He is. And the last one that he made, I had a fake call, and it was 4th and 2, and then we didn't get the look that we wanted, so they called it off out there, or Scott did. Scott. They were 5-5, so we couldn't block them all. So, and then he made that one. But no, I don't think there was anything. I think he's not Superman. He's close. He's super, but I'm not worried about it. But I know why you asked the question, and I don't know. I don't think it was a bad hold or anything. I think we just pushed it right.
I'll ask about Jadon Wilson, who caught the first touchdown. He's one of your younger receivers. Just what have you seen from him throughout the season that's kind of allowed him to develop?
Yeah, well, he works hard. And did he run a reverse too? Didn't he run a reverse? It wasn't real good, was it? But we're trying to get the ball in his hand a little bit more. But he's done that all year in practice and stuff. I'm just glad that he had opportunity to catch one tonight.
Kind of following up on that, I know he didn't score tonight, but Andrew has been kind of KJ's top target.
Yeah.
So consistent for you guys. Another, 4 catch, 67 yards tonight. Just how has he developed all on the year, and how necessary has he kind of been with the struggles of the offense, his consistency?
Well, he's the one thing that is consistent. You're 100% right. And KJ, that's kind of his go-to guy as well. But he's a hardworking kid, and I think if we can talk him into coming back, I think he'll be even better next year for us. But I'm proud of what he's done for us all year. And you're right, he is like kind of the KJ's go-to guy.
Into the backfield and gave it to him.
Yeah,
A new play, and what did you think of how that developed?
yeah. I thought it was a really good call by Kenny. Obviously, if it went from -2, I would have thought it was a really bad call. But really good timing on that. We got the edge on it, and had a little split flow in the backfield on it. And we knew we thought we could get the edge, because the tackles were going down, and we thought we could get the edge, which we did. And then he made a really nice run out. It was good to get the ball in his hands, other than just, I guess it's probably the highest kickoffs he's had return, punts he's had return, and with the reverse, little swing and catching. I think he caught a touchdown pass there that last one. So good night for him.
How was it defending their receiver Mitchell, who seems like he's a pretty special kid?
He's good. I mean, we had a hard time, covering him. Several different times I was talking to T. Will about, we I don't know, man to man's the way to go, but we ended up getting some pressure on him, on the kid. So, but if you're going to bring another guy, you got to go man. And we knew he was really good going into the game, but he proved he's a really fine player.
Sam, I think you outscored him 37-7 after it was 13-7. I think I got my math right. That's pretty dominating. Just how good was it to really put it on somebody like that here late in the year when it's been a tough year?
Yeah, well, it was good to have a game where you thought he was going to win with 2 or 3 minutes left in the game. That was fine. But our kids needed that for some confidence builder too, especially after last week. After coming off the high of Florida and the low of Auburn, and for this season, those are the two, the highest we've been and the lowest we've been, and be able to come back and we got a lot of things to work on from the day, but there are some things that we did that, you can teach on for some positive stuff. And I think that'll help us and I hope it does for next Friday.
Positive, or can it be a distraction a little bit?
I think it's all positive, buddy. I think, anytime you can have emotions running, and what's a little bit different is that you're going to have, I hope we're going to have 4 or 5 guys out there that'll have 2, they'll come back, but senior day is special, especially for the guys that know they're definitely leaving. I think it's special for the parents, you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of emotion going on, and I think that's what the game is all about as well. Most of the guys are going to have their degree, so pretty cool deal.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.